into a store, I bought Snickers and I gave him 100 rupee note. But he said, this is early morning, I don't have change. This is big for me. Okay, I just did this. I gave 1 piece. Unfortunately, he did not accept it. Why? There's no value. What is he expecting? Like this? Yes or no? Good. Let me ask you one more question. Assume that you have a cake. Chocolate layer, cream layer, plum layer, and some other layer. Now you ask, okay, get me the chocolate layer first. Next layer. Is that the way you eat the cake? Why? Why? If you can stand, everybody can see it. Yeah, there might be special cases, but we are talking about natural cases. Right? Naturally, even my kid, 9 years old, never tried to eat like that. Even though she is fan of chocolate. That's okay, no problem. Let's get back. So, why? You generally eat like this, right? Why? Guess what comes here? All the flavors, that means the value. Okay, now you started eating this layer, next this layer, next this layer. The value is delayed, correct? You should wait. So these are all the things. Now, let us apply the same concept to the stories. We know that our product backlog has different sizes of the stories. One is epic, this much bigger. One is Chotu one. Now, I have an epic. I should split it. Now, these are the ways to split the stories. Let's not worry about that. Let's see this. Assume that there is a registration story. Product owner comes to the team. You know what? You need to do the registration. 45 fields. Team says it cannot be done in 1 sprint. Now he says, no problem. First sprint you build the UI, the front end. Second sprint you build the database layer. Third sprint you do the logic and then test it and give me. Is it a good approach? Good approach? How many of you say yes? Look at the class. No, let me tell you. Where is the value delivered? Where? No. First, let us answer the question and then I hear. Where is the value delivered? First sprint? Second sprint or third sprint? They are called component teams. Still you are working in a silo based. What happens if UI cannot complete? The backend team should be waiting, right? That's what I'm saying. You are component team. Don't try to be component teams. Try to be feature teams. What is a feature team? All the cross-functional skill set is in one team. They take one feature, they develop end-to-end analysis until deployment. Even still in that case, it may not effectively work because I don't know anything other than UI. This team, they don't know anything other than the database. There is a handoff. 7 wastes of software development. I wrote one article, how to effectively manage 7 wastes of software development. You can go through, you yourself will be convinced. Now, what is the best way? If this is not correct, fantastic. Now collaboration starts. He will ask me, can you tell me what is the bare minimum 4 to 5 fields? He'll say, I know that this is linked to login. So first name, last name, and then login ID, password. That's it, the 4. What do? You analyze, you design, you create UI, you development, database, everything. First sprint, you release. So as an unregistered user, I want to register using these 4 fields so that I can register. Now second sprint. Okay, out of 45, we picked up 4 fields. Product owner comes next sprint and say that, I know we are introducing a billing one, so we must know the billing address of the user. Okay. As a registered user, I want to update my billing address so that I can order things. Billing address may be 5-6 fields. You do it in second sprint. So what is principle number 1? Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer with early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Are we doing that? Please go back, taking the printout of Agile 4 values and 12 principles. That is your Bible. Let me just finish. Whenever you get into a situation, what should I do? Look at this. Individuals and interactions, working software, responding to change, blah, blah, blah. And highest priority, welcome changing requirement, face to face. Is there anything going against? Yes. Then suggest the best way to do it. Now open.
Scrum of Scrums, wherein UI is dealt by one Scrum team, DB dealt by second Scrum team, and the servers.
That is what I explained. It's a component team. Even though your UI is complete, if you are not done with the database or the backend logic, you cannot deliver value, right?
But assuming that we go with the same principle, so the suggestion is to have the DB person, the server person, and the UI person in the same Scrum.
Okay, that's a good question. See, the question is, why can't we go with UI team separately, backend team separately, and the business logic team separately?
Having the same time schedules for all.
That's what I'm coming to that. So assume that you have UI team, you have database team, you have backend layer team, the Java layer or whatever. These are called component teams. Still you see, however collaboratively you are working, there is a waiting and handoff is required. What I'm saying is, create 2 to 3 teams, maybe some people from here, some people from here, some people from here, let them cross-functional collaborate, do a feature team. This is called feature team. One cavity here is, this team might take some time to become cross-functional. The J curve, I was talking to somebody in the break. How much depth, how much length the J curve, you should be able to tell. But this is called slowing down to speed up. We are currently learning the cross-functional so that in future we'll become faster. Mindset change. Right? Fantastic. Now, yes please.
The point which you are stressing is to make the team cross-functional, and then I'm a bit confused with regards to making UI as a separate sprint, DB as a separate sprint, and your business logic as a separate sprint.
That is a bad way.
If all 4 or all 3 are part of one single release, can we do it as 3 different sprints?
What I'm saying is, you can do it, but there's still waiting and handoff involved in that. My UI is done, backend is not done. My high priority is not done, right? That is what we are trying to eliminate that.
Backlog items should always go in a sequential sprints, or you cannot go in parallel?
Why not? You can do it in scaling model. We will discuss. When you go to scaling model, we'll discuss that.
What happens if the Scrum team is not cross-functional?
Good question. What happens if the Scrum team is not cross-functional? They cannot become high-performance teams. They cannot deliver value that customer expects. They can become a crappy team. Did I answer?
What is the action that we need to take?
So the Scrum Master should help them understanding the need of self-organization, cross-functional, empowered, all these things, he should help them understanding. Otherwise, there's a beautiful thing I'll tell you. I was coaching a team where a tester, he did not want to learn anything else. I'm a strong tester, I want to be tester only. So I said, okay, that's fine. Now, sometimes you may not have any work. Are you happy? He said, not really. Okay, because if you are only the tester, at times you may not have any work. What do you want to do that? Maybe something which is related to project, I will do something else. What can we do something else? What I am doing here? Am I telling or am I asking? A coach will always ask questions. A consultant will always come and see the problem, tell you the solution. Scrum Master should be a coach. Now what happened was, slowly he paired up with the developer. Some interest is created. After 5 sprints, he came to me. You know what, Vijay, can I fix a bug? Because I was sitting with the developer, I observed it. I want to fix the bug. Why not? You can do it. But only thing is, get it verified by some developer. 7th sprint he came, I see this story is very small. Can I try it, development? Mindset change. How long it will take? Nobody can say that. Depends. So that is how Scrum Master should be a very strong influencer, right? He should ensure that the team's energy is channelized in right direction. What is the right direction? Meeting the product vision. Right? There was one more question. Fantastic. Glad. Okay, good. Now, please do this. Yes, sir. Okay, good. Let's quickly make through this. Work steps pattern means when there is a workflow involved, divide into small things like approver, reviewer kind of thing. As a user, I want to add. As a reviewer, I want to review. As an approver, I want to approve. Small things. Now, CRUD, create, read, update, delete, business rules variations, and simple to complex. What is simple to complex? Sometimes you want to try very complex thing. Don't try with that. Whatever is simple, start with that, increase the complexity. Just in time, simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, essential, right? Next, variation in data pattern, like data coming in, going out, that is one thing. Mock UI. Mock UI means sometimes what happens is a feature has some navigation. So what you do is you create a dummy white paper navigation, you put some widgets there, from there you derive the stories and then throw out the paper. When you actually implement it, you may have the UI, so mock UI concept. And data entry methods and differ performance pattern, this is means you create first focus on the functional requirements, non-functional requirements you may add little later. Suppose I want to have a home page with some widgets, but as an end user I want to have my home page loaded in 4 seconds, I may pick up in maybe after 2 sprints, 3 sprints. So I'm deferring non-functional into functional. Yes, please.
Can it result to rework to do that sometimes?
Inspect and adapt. That is what, if product owner says first pick this and then later you have to tell him use rework, take a lot of database change or some performance change. That's what. Whenever there is a question, see if there is an improvement possible from inspect and adapt. See if the question can be answered through collaboration, right? Scrum or Agile does not give you answers. It will expose all your problems and help you to define the solutions on your own. Please make a note of it. Scrum will never solve your problem. It will help you to reflect your problems. You have to find a way to solve your problems. Am I making sense? Good.
Who will determine whether the Scrum Master is doing a good job or not?
Good question. Who determines whether the Scrum Master is doing a good job or not? My answer for that is, I'm a Scrum Master. I'm not there with the team for 2 weeks. My team is still doing daily Scrum Lab, still doing review, still doing quality work. They're awesome. I feel good. What I'm doing? I'm truly making them self-organizing. I'm truly making them collaborate each other. I saw many teams, Scrum Master is absent today because of his wife's birthday, because he cannot take off, right? Even he cannot take off on his birthday, but his wife's birthday, he must take off. What happens? Team, okay, Scrum Master is not there, no? Let us skip the daily Scrum. How Scrum it is? Isn't it? So you should have a good influence on the team. That is why doing Scrum, being Scrum, or doing Agile, being Agile. What is the difference? Doing Agile means, because these principles tell me that do this, I am doing it. I don't know what is the value behind it. Being Agile is, I understand why it is described that way, and then doing it. You start with doing agile, you change your mindset, then you reach the being agile. That is a nirvana stage. Right?
But still, who can find out whether Scrum Master itself is not doing a good job?
Why do you want to do that? I ask the question. What is the reason behind that?
It's not price to find out who are the best performers.
Why do you want to compare? If I am a coach, I do like that. If you give me some specific scenario, this is the reason I want to do it, then we can collaborate, figure out and way, do it. As I said, it's not just development team transformation. When you are doing transformation, you should also consider other areas like your HR, finance, admin, leadership, all these teams, their thought process, the processes and tools should be changed. Inside-out transformation, culture, structure, processes and tools. We can keep that question aside because I don't want to spend more time on that. But I have an answer.
So if the team is successfully delivering and doing everything following Scrum, isn't it
Of course.
Scrum Master success?
Of course. Yes. If the movie is hit, director get more movies. Right? But he is the man behind making everybody do their work correctly. Same here. Good. Now, assume that you have a big epic user management. How do you split it? Like this. Maybe user management, add, edit, delete. This is nothing but CRUD. You saw the split type. Maybe search user. He may say that I have a lot of such criteria. Okay, this may be my sub-epic. Maybe I have by email, by mobile, like this. Right? Good. Now, if somebody asks you, what is a good user story? There's a principle called invest principle. Independent. No story should be dependent on any other, but will it be possible? First of all, why are we doing that? Why cannot we have dependency on multiple stories? Go back, look at principle number 1. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer with early and continuous delivery. Login, registration, both are related. Login has 4 fields, registration has 45 fields. Until unless registration is completed, I cannot finish login, even though I completed. What do? I cut down the registration, split it into small thing, together release it, right? Negotiable, scope wise, should it be done to now or later? That is called negotiable. V for valuable, it should have value. E for estimable, it should be able to size. Right? So size it small or appropriately. Testable means it should have some acceptance criteria. So whenever your product owner comes to you, this is my user story, compare it against the invest principle. Educate him. This is how you need to improve writing user stories. Remember we discussed a Scrum Master, serves product owner, serves organization, serves development team, right? So let's, how much time we have?
Have they built a story yet?
No, I'm doing it now.
They haven't built one right now.
Yes. So, maybe